Well, the New South Wales reporter Sean Tarek Goodwin is in the town of Ballina and he joins me now. Sean, what are the conditions like where you are and how have things changed throughout the day?
Well, we're already seeing very strong winds and rain very much setting in here in Ballina. We're just on the edge of the coast here between the Richmond River and the ocean, and we're starting to see some of the power of that system. Luckily, where I'm speaking to you from is safe and protected, but many communities around here are quite concerned tonight. We're starting to hear a lot of that wind pick up. There were patches throughout the day of calm and quiet, but they became fewer and farther in between as the day went on, and now tonight is a very anxious one for the residents of this community and many communities like it in the north of New South Wales. Throughout the day we saw that massive swell that's been stirred up by this system out at sea continuing to lash the New South Wales north coast, causing coastal erosion along beaches here, Byron Bay, and of course up over the border in the Gold Coast as well. But for many of the residents here in Ballina and other similar communities, their concern is not the wind, it's mainly about the rain and the floods that it could bring, and the chance that those floods flowing out to sea could coincide with a surge pushing more water into communities like this.
Yeah, it's quite concerning. Sean, you've embedded yourself in that community there in Ballina. What's the mood there like ahead of the cyclone that's likely to make landfall tomorrow?
Well, it's a very anxious night for many people here as they count down towards this cyclone that they've been told about for more than a week now. We were speaking to locals today who are doing some last-minute sandbagging, many of them talking about the 2022 floods and its impacts, but also the level of unpredictability that could be caused by this system as it's so foreign to what we saw then. Right through northern New South Wales, many of those feelings are being felt right around communities in that area. There are currently more than 100 emergency warnings in place across New South Wales. There are 28 flood warnings and evacuation warnings in place for communities. The State Emergency Service says that it's been searching for a man who's believed to be swept into floodwaters north of Dorrigo. He was seen climbing out of a four-wheel drive that had been swept away and then clinging to a tree before he as well was swept away. So emergency services and leaders from the community are urging people to avoid floodwaters as much as possible and to not drive or walk through floodwaters. The Premier and the Prime Minister have tried to assure people that although the coming days will be tough, that support is there and ready to go. We've seen the ADF positioned in communities in the northern rivers like Lismore, and of course state emergency services stationed right throughout the area ready to go.
Okay, Sean Tarek Goodwin in Ballina, really appreciate your reporting and take care.